A gentleman to the core. I salute and I respect you. Madam Clement Ofuani, I can't forget you. Eminent Deltans, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I don't know how many of you can recall the song, Don't Cry for Me, Argentina. Don't be Argentina. Don't cry for me, Delta. Having listened to the very brilliant presentations by our young men, even although you're still a young man at 60, you will begin to wonder and say to yourself, Delta, oh Delta. Delta, oh Delta. Delta, oh Delta. Mr. Chairman, before I come to you, let me congratulate Chief Clement Ofuani on this day, your 60th birthday. I thank God for your life. I pray God, on behalf of myself and my entire family, I pray God to give you many more years of your contribution to your community, to your state, and to your country, Nigeria. For some of us who are older than you and preparing to bow out from the public arena, we wish that people like you will take over from where we have stopped. I get really emotional when I think of Delta. And I said to a few friends of mine in Abuja, in a discussion, when they saw I was very passionate about my belief in Delta and the future of Delta, they were surprised. And I said to them, don't be surprised. Why are you surprised? This is a state that gave me the opportunity to serve for 8 years as a governor. I must be passionate. And I said to them, many of you sitting here today, will you have known who James Ibori was, if not for Delta? Delta gave me the platform to become who I am today. So I am passionate about Delta. Very passionate, to the point of death. At this age, I'm older than Clement. At this age, if I die for Delta today, fine with me. I'm okay, I'm fine. I've done my bit. I have done my bit. Again, you listen to these bright, young gentlemen. Many of them are bound in Delta, very many of them, in all the nooks and crannies of Delta, very many of them. And you listen to them, and you just wonder, Delta, oh my Delta. When Clem first appeared before me, I think he was as SA to David Edewe. David was not, I can't remember the exact event, but David was unavailable, and Clem came to make representation on his behalf, and I listened to him. And I said to myself, oh yeah, this guy knows what he's talking about. So it was an easy pick when the ministry was split into two, finance and economic planning. It didn't take any, it was no brainer to appoint Clement as the Commissioner for Economic Planning. And indeed, While I'm on this, I want to thank every member of my cabinet through Clement Ofuani, to thank all the members that served with me, because there would have been no James Ibori legacy today without these brilliant commissioners. And he performed exceedingly well in cabinet, courageous to speak, articulate in his presentation, with facts and figures. You have no choice but to be convinced of Clement's presentation. So it was easy for me to work with him. Clement, I thank you for your service. See, for those of you who have one disappointment or the other on the political space, in the political space, don't worry about it. Disappointments come with politics, and that's why I'm going to take the permission of my dear brother, my colleague, wonderful, who, but for providence, and many do not know this, who, but for providence, would have been the president of Nigeria in 2007. Many people don't know this, but you can see him still humble. He has contributed not only to our party, the PDP, he has contributed to Nigeria, and I've had several occasions, as somebody mentioned, the chairman of NDDC mentioned, had discussions at the national level where people recall his tenure as governor of Kaduna. The skill, the way he was able to manage the complex situation in Kaduna State throughout the 8 years of his tenure will tell you that it takes a man of some courage and intellect to navigate the politics of Kaduna State and the northern part of Nigeria. So, my dear brother, you are a God-fearing man, and everything is in the hands of God. Today, he works very closely in Kaduna and in Nigeria with those who want to bring peace to Nigeria, who want to bring peace to Kaduna State. And that is how it should be. I want to remind many of you here, thank God my former deputy governor is here. When I contested in this state, I contested my primaries with Professor Sam Oyobare, one of my very senior brothers, an erudite professor. And I contested the election proper with engineer Moses Kraga, who was in APP at the time. When I won the election, of course, a lot of people didn't know me. I was just a greenhorn. But what did I do? I looked for the best. I looked for the best to help me. So my cabinet reflected some of those you see here today that were spoken. I also put a think tank together. BSC, you remember? A think tank headed by Gamaliel Onosode. And Professor Oyobare was a member of that think tank. The man that I contested primaries with was a member of that think tank. Engineer Moses Kraga, the man that I contested against in APP, was a member of that think tank. And a few other very prominent Deltans were members of that think tank. And throughout my tenure, they advised me. They gave me a blueprint, and I worked with them in my work. And as I presided over the affairs of state. So it is not far-fetched that in governance and in public office, when you are in trouble, you seek help. Don't be ashamed to do so. You ask for people that you believe. In fact, in your cabinet, you should put people that you believe know more than you do. So your debates in cabinet will be robust. That is my own view of governance. Once again, I congratulate Clement Ofuani, and I reiterate, through you, I thank all of those that served with me in the cabinet when I was governor of Delta State from 1999 to 2007. God will continue to guide all of you, protect all of you as you continue in your work of making Delta a better place. I thank you, and God bless you all.